Welcome to another episode of Minecraft with Jam. As you can see, I built this tree for a reason. It's pouring down rain on the server, but we are sheltered from it. So, fantastic, fantastic. As you can see, I've been hard at work. I've done another hobbit hole. I filled in the back over there. I've put in a lot more over here. And I've also done some path over there. So I just wanted to get everything kind of set up for this recording. As it turns dark, you can kind of see the hobbit holes are looking pretty cool. We'll go out into the rain for a second, show you this. This is where we're going to have like a grand window. I'll probably bring it out a little bit more. But that'll be like a nice little window that he can look out over the ocean and everything. I still have plans for over here. I'm going to build this mound out over here because I really want this hobbit hole to have a really grand inner interior design. And I haven't really tackled too many grand interior designs, and I'm really hoping we can do a special detailed interior on this hole. So we'll take out that wall, we'll move it over here, probably come out here, so it'll be a really big mound, but we don't want to go too much higher because the hobbit holes aren't very high. They're small humanoids, and so we don't need to go much taller. Obviously this is a little bit, it's not entirely accurate to the lore, but it's, you know, we're taking ideas from it. So I don't have to have it perfect, but I don't want to go too much higher or it will take away from everything that we're feeling. So let me go to sleep so you guys can see better. And we'll get started with this episode. I really hope you guys are enjoying, or at least finding this series a little bit interesting, or at least informative on different ways you can make your own server better. And that's one of my goals, is to kind of help your builds out as well as improve my skills too. So I think on this episode we are going to build one more hobbit hole. We might do the side of that mountain too, but I think since I've already done these three. Oh, by the way, this is kind of cool too. So I had the entrance here. And I was like, you know what? I don't like having two entrances looking the same way. Since that one's looking that way, this one's looking this way, that way's looking that way. It keeps it all, from whichever angle you're looking at, you'll see a door, which is really cool. And that's kind of what we want in this area. So instead of this being the door, this is going to be the door. And I'm going to put a window here. So when we do our window design, we'll just replace it there. So I think that'll be really cool. And yeah, so let's go hop over to this side. Now, I'm not 100% set. Actually, I am. So, I'm going to have the hobbit hole come out to here. And we'll probably come up. Do I want to come up all the way over here? I want this to be the garden right here. And maybe... No, yeah, this will be the garden right there. So we'll have our entrance coming through a little garden area. So we pretty much want to cover up this whole sand area. So I don't think it's going to be that hard. Let's just get started placing these blocks down, covering the sand so we don't have to dig that much. We can come out a little bit more here. We're pretty much going to want to touch the water. And we'll come up around and over. Yeah, so as I said in last episode, I don't know if you guys tuned into it or not, but I really kind of want to do a mix of on-camera and off-camera recordings. And I think so far it's going pretty well. This episode, I feel like I almost want to do most of it off-camera, because we've already seen the process, or you've already seen the process of how I make these, and they are kind of time intensive because it's just a ton of placing dirt, and that's not very interesting. So I understand that. I have done a lot of work on the server lately, so I do want to kind of get content out for that work, because, you know, you work hard, you want people to see it, but I also don't want to make the episodes boring. So I think what we're going to do is, you know, kind of do what we did last time. Well, we'll do what we did last time, but I won't show you me doing the whole thing. We'll do it like over there, where I'm like, okay, this is where we're going to build to, and then I do it off camera, but I'll do some of it on. And so I think that's what we're going to do today. I think it'll work out pretty well, and it'll be a shorter episode, but there'll still be just as much content or progress done. Yeah, progress done, not content. But it'll be a shorter video, so it won't be as lagging, maybe. So that looks okay. I think I'm going to want to go a little more gradual, and we're going to build all the way up. Let's take out this tree real fast. I think we're going to take out all these trees just for the time being. Like I said last video, we will make our own custom trees, so don't worry if you like, oh, well, you really need greenery around. I will be adding greenery in later. That's the details that we hit in future episodes, and after you have a base down. You really just want to get structure down, and then you can tackle minor details. It just makes it a whole lot easier to visualize and to nail those details, because you honestly won't really know exactly how well it's going to look until you have the structure down. So that's why I really haven't done any windows yet, because I do want to start the interior design before I hit the windows, because if the interior design doesn't line up with the window, then I'm just going to have to redo it anyways. So you want to make sure you have everything planned out, or at least thought out. And if you don't, then you got to do more work until you can get to that point. So one of the other things I said last episode was that we had a lot of trouble finding cactus. And yeah, I mean, why can't a cactus grow right here, you know? Right? No, the cactus is about like 10,000 blocks away from us. So I got with one of my friends on the server, and we tracked over there, and look, I got some green dye. And I started my own little cactus farm over there. So we should have, we should be able to do our doors soon, which is awesome and exciting. And I didn't think it was going to come that fast. But we knocked it out. As I said, I worked pretty hard last night to get everything ready for this episode. So I hope you guys appreciated that. And I know it made my life easier just knocking it out. So this is kind of the layout we're going to go with. Let's go a little bit farther over here. Not quite, sorry for the lag there. Not quite sure what we're dealing with here. Yeah. I don't like that diagonal. So let's come out here. You always want to give it a good shape, even if it's going to do... Like, this is going to be a lot more work coming out, but it would look really odd if we didn't. No, if we level... What we could do, I might do this. Instead of building the mound there, I might level it all out. The mound ends here. It comes along this hillside, like right here. And then I think we're going to have something really cool right here. We're going to level it out right here. All the way over. Now let's level it right here. This is what I want. So this is kind of like planning ahead and making sure you don't do too much. So what I'm going for right here is I want to have a garden area along a cliff. I think that'll look really cool over this. Like, look how plain this looks. But if you have a garden in front of your windows, it'll make it look a whole lot nicer. It's like when you go to the Mediterranean. I actually haven't been there, so maybe I shouldn't be talking. But they usually have in front of their windows little flower orientations and stuff, and it's looking over like the ocean or the channel or Mediterranean Sea or whatever. So it makes it look more beautiful and everything. And so if you don't have a beautiful scene, it'll still make it look nice, and that's what we're gonna go for. And I think it'll be really cool since hobbits do like flowers. They don't live by the sea, but they do like flowers, and I think it'll help the view. So we'll do that. I might not go all the way deep here. I will later because it'll make it look better, but I don't need to right this second. And I think for this, I actually might make some stone because it is so sharp. And in geographics, if you have a very steep hill or mountain, it's always stone on the side and some dirt, because stone holds its form at steeper slopes and dirt will just slide down. So we want to keep things realistic to earth, and it'll make your builds look better, because when you go more real, it just tends to look better, obviously. So let's see what we got here. We'll connect all this together, something like that. And I think what I will do on another episode will be playing without the morph setting. So I'll actually be running around like vanilla Minecraft. And I think that'll be kind of cool for you guys too, because I'm sure you're like, oh, it's pretty much just playing creative mode, which is not technically true, but I can see why you'd think that. And I also think it's a little bit cheap that I can just fly around. So yeah, I think it'll be cool to do that. So we'll do that on a later episode, maybe for the interior work. For sure for the interior work. You always want to be acting like you're living there when you're doing interior, so it all feels right and works. I think that's key to doing interior work, is making sure that it all fits and that it has purpose, because that's one way to give your builds life, is to give it purpose. And you know, I've been preaching about giving your stuff characteristics. Well, giving it like purpose and personality is something that gives it characteristics and makes it feel like it's alive. So I'm liking that. I'll throw in some stone, and I'll probably chop everything up to like right there. Yeah, let's do that. And then I'll build up some more walls, and then maybe we'll do a jump cut to my finished product. Because I just don't want to bore you guys again with another Hobbit hole, since we did that last episode. But I do want to show you my mind, kind of like, I want to show you how I work around my projects and how I think. I think it's really beneficial, and maybe it'll help you guys think about what you're doing, is just kind of looking at your environment and saying what's real, what fits, what wouldn't work, what would work. And that's how we kind of make things look good and realistic. And yeah, you just always want to keep thinking about the next step, but also keeping faith in what you have already done. We don't want to cancel out any cool things you've done. if it doesn't fit. So like, let's say we built this tree and then we built a factory right next to it. Like, that's not really the purpose of this whole theme. Like, yeah, I have a cement tree, but that's because we're modded Minecraft. Like, in my mind, if we weren't modded Minecraft, it probably would have all been wood, because it's like more primitive, if that makes sense. But in modded Minecraft, we're more technological, so it's kind of like the future of trees, is that we lost all the trees and then we have to make artificial ones to kind of combat that and to kind of think that we're back in nature. It's kind of like a what they call a concrete jungle, but actually a little bit different take on that idea. I think that's kind of cool. Man, and I always forget to eat steak. It's one of those things, you watch streamers and you're like, eat, 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 and then you start doing your own like series or whatever, and you totally forget to eat, and you're like, well, I guess they do tell the truth, and they're like, you just forget to eat, and you forget all the easy basic things in Minecraft. Alright, Mr. Spider, we ran into you 2 episodes ago, and you were flipping out on us. That just means we gotta go to sleep, because you're gonna die when I go to sleep. So get wrecked, Spider. We don't need to fight you. Spiders in this series are gonna be our mortal enemies. They always just want to kill us. Oh, what should we call that spider? We're gonna kill him Shelob, just for the the Lord of the Rings lols. So yeah, any spider we see, Shelob, we're gonna have to kill them all. Make sure they don't lay any more eggs, so they don't come back and haunt us. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do here is jump cut to the finished product, and I think it'll look really cool. You can already see we're getting that structure down, and it's probably just gonna be from here all the way up to here, and then we'll cut all this inside out, and that'll make a really cool interior. We'll have a level floor, and then we'll have a second floor, and it'll be kind of like a split level. So I hope you guys found this episode nice. I hope you really enjoyed my off-camera work, because that was primarily the main thing I wanted to show off in this episode. And hopefully you enjoy the next off-camera work, and then we'll do some cool different things on this series, which will be interior decorating. So hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for next episode when you see the final product. And yep, comment, like, subscribe, help me out in any way you think possible. And I really hope to see more people tune in, because it is going to be really fun and a good series. And I hope to see you guys next time.